What are the funniest things you see posted by your no-filter friends on social media? She's caught up in a pyramid scheme, talking about how great it is not to work on a Monday. Friends is a strong word, more like Facebook acquaintances. But one twin just slept with the other twin's boyfriend. He's taking me out tonight. I'm the luckiest girl in the world. Men are all the same. Such frickin' pigs. Ugh. Oh, me and him are going to look at puppies today. Frick it. Enjoy your life with that new B-word. See if I care. Movie night Saturday with boyfriend. So nice to have someone stay in with you when you don't want to go out to the bars. Frick everything. Frick guys. They all want the same thing and I'm fricking done. I kid you not, this crap has been going on with them very publicly for maybe 2 years now. But then again, the only reason I'm still friends with her is for my sick viewing pleasure, so who's really losing here? This high school friend of mine, I'm 42 now, so is she, meets the man of her dreams on Tuesday. Oh my god, I've met the one! He's at her house cooking for her by Thursday. Romantic dinner at home with my man. I love you, babe. Complete with pictures of a really basic pasta dish. The weekend is spent taking her 10-year-old daughter from another marriage to Disneyland or beach or other cool outing. Look at Mr. X and my little girl bonding. He's father material for sure. Haha. By Monday, it's all gone to crap. Once again, I guess you can never really know someone. Thanks again, men, for being such buttholes. I guess I'm just a forever alone kind of girl. 2 weeks later, it's the same thing, different guy. Lather, rinse, repeat. Every second of it plays out on her wall for the whole world to see. It's a train wreck and I can't stop watching. And I have to add this. Last Tuesday, the same girl posted a picture of the guy she was having dinner with. The caption read, "Love of my life." Today, Saturday, she posted that she's now engaged along with photos of her engagement ring. She's known him for 6 fricking days. The saga continues. I wish I had this much free entertainment from my friends when I was younger and on Facebook constantly. It wouldn't have felt like such a waste of time. I mean, it would have been, but it wouldn't have felt like it. So, this guy, screw it, we'll call him Mike because that's his name, dips out, leaves his wife, and bangs a super hot 20-something. This girl, let's call her Kay, is my ex-wife's nemesis. She had worked for me at a bar as a waitress and was always flirting with everyone. Ex-wife was convinced I was doing her for a while until she found out about Mike. While still hating her, she finally believed me. So time passes, we move, Mike and Kay are together for about 2 years. I'm divorced, my ex-wife moves back home and actually starts dating the new manager of the bar I used to manage. I'll refer to him as C. He's a really good guy and a friend. He even called and talked to me about it first, even after 2 years of divorce, because we used to go fishing together and were drinking bros in our early 20s. Him and Mike are super great buddies nowadays, as when I left, I guess they just started hanging out with each other. A lot. This has led to an absolute crap storm on Facebook recently, because both Kay and ex-wife think the other is screwing their man. I never thought Kay was the jealous type, and my ex-wife was fairly cool up to a point, when she started cheating on me and then got all paranoid that I was cheating too, apparently. Now every time Mike or C go out, a war erupts in the comments between the women. I've noticed a trend that whichever of the two posts first, she's apparently the lying working girl. Stop posting on my man's fricking profile, you fricking hussy, etc. A few of the best parts. Mike leaves town frequently, bangs other 20-somethings, comes home, gets busted, crap goes down on Facebook. She's got albums, still labeled, "Mike's a fricking scumbag," which are full of the texts that she screenshots and sends to herself. Yet, "I love my baby so much" about 5 times a day on her wall. C is a full-blown alcoholic, as in 18-pack a day kind of guy. Then he tops it off with a bottle of Sailor Jerry. He cheats on a fairly regular basis with the girl I dated before my ex-wife, if he's not on one of his 30-day cleanses for probation, every 6 months or so. I know about his cheating because my brother still lives there and goes fishing with Mike and C all the time, and she tags along too. I keep telling my brother to get a picture of them all together just so he can post it up on Facebook and tag every fricking friend he has in that town in it. But he hasn't given in to the dark side quite yet. Which is surprising because he hates all 3 of those women because they hate his wife for pretty much no reason. She's great. Maybe it's because she's actually happy. Plus, Kay is hot as frick and it's bikini season. Selfies all day long. I've got a guy I knew from high school who's obsessed with Herbalife. He even tagged his darn wedding photos with Herbalife, and on all of his photos of him on his honeymoon with his wife, he had an Herbalife t-shirt or hat on. At some point, I wouldn't have been surprised to see Herbalife advertisements all over his wedding reception photos. This is my little daughter, Herbalifia. Just kidding. In 24 hours, I will be deleting Facebook. Real friends will know how to contact me. I'm so sick of all the attention-seeking and drama-filled behavior on here. I've tried everything, but this is the only way. Inbox me for my number, but only if you're a true friend. Peace, Facebook family. It's been real. My friend posted this 3 days ago. Yep, there's a former business associate of mine who posts this every few weeks. He's an older gentleman who failed a mayoral run, constantly posts religious warnings, and overall voices his opinion on everything. Then if he posts something that gets too much negative attention, he's all, well, I'm quitting Facebook. A week goes by and he's right back at it. Deleting your Facebook is the new running away from home. We all know you're doing it for attention, and we all know you'll be back. I knew a girl in college who gave up Facebook for Lent. Then, every time there was a party, she'd agonize about posting her pictures because I gave up Facebook, but I think God would want me to share the joy that my pictures bring. Almost everyone in the dorm was a theater major, and we're a largely agnostic group, so we kept telling her, Special K, no one gives a frick. Do whatever you want. You're not that great a photographer. Shut up. She failed Lent. Oh, I don't know. My friend who only drops vague hints at the hope for sympathy. Sometimes people make me really angry. I just want to go to bed and forget this day happened. Oh my gosh, I know the feeling. What's wrong? I'm sorry, what's going on? You and me both. Let me know if you need something. Let me know if you need anything. Sorry I haven't responded. It's just personal and I'm not going to talk about it. Even more so is the little army who responds. Every fricking time. What's wrong, hon? Everything okay, sweetie? I'm here if you need to talk. You're an amazing person. Don't let anything get you down. Stop it. You're enabling this nonsense. It's always the exact same people and they never get a response. Ever. Makes me crazy. I know someone who keeps posting that her kids don't love her and are pushing her out of their lives for other people in their lives. Plot twist, it's my mother who I live with and spend the majority of my time with. When me and my roommate had a job together sitting at desks after hours with nothing to do, we'd go on my Facebook and find long conversations of people arguing and do read-throughs like a play rehearsal. Each time we'd read through as different characters like Macho Man Randy Savage or Rodney Dangerfield. This is one of the greatest and cheapest time killers I could ever suggest. My 91-year-old grandmother is calling out every family member who uses the F word in their posts and is shaming them. She's also threatening to wash their mouths out with soap like she did when they were kids. It's adorable. Yeah, I think that's genuinely hilarious. No negativity there. Although personally, up until my current age and weight advantage, I probably would have been scared enough to let it cow me into submission. My granny was a bit scary. Frick you, dude. You fricked my girlfriend, you fricking piece of crap. Jeremy, you watch your language, young man, or I'm gonna wash your mouth out with soap when I see you. Evidently, Peggy is desperate for more water in Farmville too. Peggy must live in Southern California. A mother of a teenager I know shared graphic images of the bruises her soon-to-be ex-husband gave her. That didn't bother me, I felt bad for her. But when she decided to add photos of her bare butt and hoo-ha with very minimal bruising on them, things got weird. She makes her daughter take down posts she thinks if there's too much cleavage showing. Incidentally, she's also complaining that people reported her photos because they don't want to face domestic abuse. I mean, I'll face it, I just don't need to see your downstairs area again, Barbara. Someone keeps reporting his photos as containing inappropriate content. The more he complains about it, the more likely I am to start joining in. By the way, it's not you, Steve, or Steven, or Phil, or Sergio, or whoever else you think you might be. You're not a beautiful and unique snowflake. Oh god, that reminds me. A while back, a guy on my Facebook accidentally posted a video of himself just cranking it, and it took almost a full day before he realized it. So for days, there were tons of posts from his various family members telling him how disappointed in him they were, how his grandmother had seen it, etc. Probably the greatest actual Facebook drama I've experienced. How the frick do you accidentally do that? It was all an honest mistake. I was filming myself thrashing the mule like normal. I had to use my laptop's built-in camera because my memory was full on my digital camera and phone. Too many self-stimulation videos, you see. You know how it goes. Got to monitor the form and correct weaknesses. Well, after I finished, I saved the file. How else am I going to rewatch it later? I can't do it in the mirror to watch myself like some low-born psychopath. Totally unrelated, I wanted to upload to Facebook a video of myself going down a water slide at Schlitterbahn. Unfortunately, I'd saved both files to the same folder and titled them Wet and Wild and Wet and Wild 2. You can guess the rest. Easiest mistake to make. It probably happens 1,000 times a day. There are lots of people chiming in to say, he probably made it for his girlfriend and then it happened while his phone was in his pocket. Super easy. Call me old-fashioned, but when I film myself working the hog, I don't save the evidence for later. You can submit your own stories to be featured here on the channel. The story submission link is in the description below. And if you want to listen to some vibey music in the background, check out Easy Mode, also linked below, and subscribe. My mother is the worst on Facebook. Don't even get me started on the group messages she sends to the whole family. Well, fine. Don't come to my party because you obviously don't care enough to cancel the plans you already have. And I'm like, Mom, I live across the country. I'm not going to take the day off work to come to your 3-hour-long Memorial Day party. My mom won't act ugly on Facebook, but she'll post something and call me later and say, did you see what I posted? Well, why didn't you like it? You should have liked it if you saw it. There's also, I'm going to be heartbroken if you don't wish me a happy Mother's Day on Facebook. And she'll also organize family events solely for the purpose of gathering pictures for Facebook. Not kidding. She'll say, I want to get pictures to post. When I know who's getting a 5th divorce in 12 years, I can't even begin to touch the drama surrounding that one. She's 19 and pregnant. She graduated from my high school early, but all of her posts from last night were vaguely aimed at her boyfriend and then saying, I wonder what people from my school will think once they know I'm pregnant. They'd probably have a cow. Baby mama drama, and he always prefaces his posts by saying, y'all know I don't like airing my dirty laundry on here. There's a laundromat in a town near where I live that has a billboard that says, dirty laundry goes here, not on Facebook. I thought that was pretty clever. For a while, I was really into reading this girl's drama about how her baby daddy keeps getting arrested for assaulting people. Her posts usually fall into one of these categories. A revelatory post about the crazy things going on in her life, usually involving her baby daddy not being able to find jobs or getting fired, quitting, hating their jobs, legal issues with the baby daddy's assault charges, lack of money, just general life problems. Or B, egotistical, condescending posts about how happy she is, how wonderful life is, pictures of the baby, bragging about the baby. Or C, frick off haters, get out of my business kind of posts. My husband has this woman on his feed that he keeps around for entertainment value. She posts about 2 things only, it seems. Just got out of church. Sermon was beautiful today. I feel so blessed. Praise God. Sent at 11:30 a.m. Then she posts a picture of herself licking a guy's crotch. Woo! I just sucked 5 guys for some Patron. Sent at 4:30 p.m. She then posts a picture with Bible verses and something about Jesus working in her life, and then posts a suggestive picture with the end of a bottle in her mouth held at crotch level by some guy. From what I gather, this woman really loves sucking eggplant and Jesus. She desperately wants to get married, but at 38 has never had a boyfriend. She had a few suitors, but none of them matched her claim to have attended at least 2 colleges. She's a kindergarten teacher, she's religious, and she daily posts quotes from dead priests. Hey there, baby, I spent a week at Ohio State and another week at MSU. You wanna bang? No real Facebook drama, just vague booking. I'm so over it. Some people are just such buttholes. Blah blah blah, more crap about some specific person I won't name, or better yet, confront offline and in person. I'm not sure personally what it's about, but you know who you are. I love the you know who you are posts because they never involve me and I know it. But I like to post responses getting all defensive like I think it's about me, and then they get mad and tell me to F off because it's none of my business. So I can then snidely remark, I guess it isn't very clear who the people you're referring to are now, is it? In other news, I'm apparently a total butthole on Facebook. Yes, you are kind of a butt, but we forgive you because it's funny. Also, I haven't seen this kind of post since I was a teenager. I'd hope that no adults are doing it, but who am I kidding? Of course they exist. She thinks everyone should show sympathy to the Duggars, and says we should all be praying for them instead of judging. We all make mistakes, she says, but all we can do is pray and forgive. People can change. And then, one of her apparently former friends got on there and started going off about how she was judged by the lady who put the status and how she'll never forgive her for what happened after she said she'll always be there. There were over 60 comments on the status. After about the 65th comment, the status lady states she doesn't think this is a public matter and it's inappropriate to put it all over Facebook where everyone can see. Status lady is a single mum and wants everyone to know it, is constantly complaining about not having enough money, time, or resources to help her girls. Does nothing but ask for handouts. One year around Christmas, she put on Facebook that her family is coming into town, but she doesn't have a car big enough, so does anyone have a van she can borrow? Oh, and also can someone maybe come and put some Christmas lights on the house? But you have to bring the lights because I can't afford them. Does anyone have any gift cards to Anywhere Fun? Because I would hate for them to have to sit at home the whole time without anything to do. Or the typical, this thing in my house is broke. Does anyone know someplace that doesn't charge an arm and a leg to fix it? But instead of wanting to know someplace that's cheap, she really wants someone to offer her to fix it for her for free. Because when someone comments and says, these people are good, she says, I probably won't be able to afford it, or something of that nature. 10 out of 10 would be her friend again just for the entertainment value. My friend thinks Obama is the cause of homosexuality and naughty content online. She also thinks Hillary Clinton should be strapped to a rocket and fired at the Middle East. So it's mostly standard. She's going on some snidely elitist rant about how her art is clearly so much better than that fake basic bullcrap that everyone else posts, all while ripping on this poor girl's new tattoo that she was very excited about. Yes, a dreamcatcher could be seen as a tad basic, but damn woman, it's what she wants and it's something she puts time and effort into planning out with her tattoo artist. It's also a well-done tattoo, just kind of simplistic in design. My friend posts about how he changed his lifestyle and now he's better than everyone else because he eats healthy and lost about 30 kilos, about 66 pounds. Pictures of healthy food 6 or 7 times a day. Hashtag grind, hashtag motivation, hashtag no excuses, hashtag time is now, hashtag work. My friend is reposting every single spam post. Find the I and your crush will ask you out. Multiple exclamation marks with an I in the middle. He's trying to get the love of his life to notice him. Eventually, it worked. His crush commented, Dude, shut the frick up with these posts. None of them work, idiot. Crushed his dreams forever. I know one who's currently separated from his wife and jumped into a relationship with another woman, then broke up with her after 2 weeks, so he bought himself a second used Mercedes. My cousin and I are both Syrians, and we live outside. He posts daily, either ranting about football, he's a hardcore Italian fan, so just imagine the posts when Juventus lost, and he also goes on long rants about Syria. And he literally rants about everything in Syria, starting from the regime, to the Islamic State, to the Free Army, to every other armed group over there, to the Muslims living there, the Christians, to Allah and Jesus, to the cats in the street, to the nostalgia of the old vids and pics of Syria, and specifically Homs, since we're both from there. And he has about 1,600 followers, half of them close friends with him, and mostly they're religious. You should see their comments about being offended, and he replies to every single comment justifying his posts. And I really enjoy his posts. They're funny and so spot on, and I would have shared them with you if they weren't in Arabic, because they'd lose their humor with translation, and I'm not a good translator. One girl keeps posting screen caps of the amount she's owed in unpaid child support, and tagging the kid's father in the posts. My friends are having a really tough time accepting the Caitlyn Jenner situation and are arguing that there needs to be a third restroom. Well, I guess they aren't arguing because nobody is commenting, but still. He's very sad because people don't like his selfies enough. He posts about 7 times a day on Facebook and it's always a selfie, and if he doesn't get enough likes, he posts another mopey one. Her baby daddy has been texting other women, cue screenshots of said texts, trying to get a motel with them in Ohio. But that's fine because she's not giving their unborn child his last name and he's definitely not signing the birth certificate. And it just goes on and on. An acquaintance from high school who I haven't seen in more than 20 years constantly posts his exploits with his on and off again girlfriend. Apparently she's a crystal addict, doesn't work, and will do whatever necessary to get a fix. Every week or two they're back together, talking about how much they love each other and plan to get married. Then she needs a fix. Suddenly my feed is full of him calling her a substance-addicted working girl who blows her dealer for crystal. They fight online, he drags all his friends into the drama, proclaiming he knows who his true friends are, and he's learned his lesson. He swears he's done with her and never going back. The last time it happened was about 3 weeks ago when he caught her with her dealer, and the dealer shot him in the leg. Gratuitous pics of the wound, and him at the hospital soon followed. It grazed him, nothing life-threatening. He said it was the last straw. No more of that no-good crystal hussy. He had learned his lesson. They got back together again yesterday. Someone posted about how his girlfriend of 3 years was cheating on him and displayed a picture of the guy, tagged his girlfriend, and joined in super personal discussions on this post. Not 2 hours later, he said that people need to leave him alone and that he and his girlfriend will figure it out on their own, and that these matters are personal. Like, what? This one girl who went to my middle school made a video of her and her niece dancing to a song called Bless the Bottle, celebrating that she got the results of a paternity test back and the father is a guy who is married. They were dancing and singing along with baby bottles in their hands and throwing unused diapers in the air like it was cash. Since apparently this guy's wife works at a county job like DMV or something, so they figured this baby is going to be an 18-year payday. He still regularly compares himself to Batman and Solid Snake, is bitter about his ex cheating on him after he took her back 7 times over a year ago, claims he gets laid regularly but only posts pictures of him hanging out with underage girls, talks about all the substance users in our hometown when he himself still smokes spice, and generally just seems like he's one day away from going postal. Keep rocking on, Sean. I'm rooting for you. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. Put the playlist on in the background to finish listening to all the stories, or if you want some vibey music to put on in the background, check out Easy Mode. If you like Am I the Genius, give Am I the Jerk a shot. Everything linked in the description.